next boat is brewing, and it's not what you expect. We've lined up something big. But first, we have to sell Tucana, our 50-foot yacht. Someone is flying here in 48 hours. Time's a ticking, and we still need to do an appraisal and a spruce up. We're just trying to get it to the highest standard before this potential buyer comes to check out the boat.
Feel confident, comfortable, lock it all in and settle.
John and I have been living on board for 7 months. We put our blood, sweat and tears into a refit, getting Tucana ready before sailing her more than 3,000 nautical miles along the Australian coastline. So this feels like a breakup, like we're selling our home.
What have we learnt this trip? A lot. Some people have said they can't believe we're still together. That is true.
We've been in the heart of Brisbane in Australia for a few days now.
This is it.
But we're moving on to a nearby marina to get Tucana ready for sale and to meet these new buyers.
This is the moment. I'm gonna go and put these fenders in.
Reflecting on our 7-month journey on board as newbie sailors, working the winches, the one thing I'm most proud of is that
We made it back in one piece. We have all our limbs, we have all our fingers and toes.
besides the fact, of course, we've come back to land with a new outlook on life, and we don't plan to stay landlocked for long.
We are making our way into Manly Marina. There is literally a convoy of vessels leaving.
So let's get Tucana parked up and cleaned up so I can share with you guys what's actually been going on and what we have planned next.
Been watching on YouTube.
Oh, have you? Amazing.
Hi, mate, how you doing?
Hope you're enjoying it. This is gonna be home. All good things come to an end. What was your favourite thing about the trip?
I think the highlight was the exploring. Massively rewarding, don't you think?
To be completely honest with you, John and I ummed and ahed about actually selling Tucana. For months, we brainstormed every possible idea. Should John just quit his job as a pilot, and should we sail around the world on Tucana on a shoestring? Or should we both go back to work, save more money, get set up financially, and buy something in a couple of years' time when we could actually afford it?
That is creating a huge mess.
That's when we asked ourselves, could we have the best of both worlds? Could John go back to being a commercial airline pilot part-time, which would allow us to sail and travel 6 months of the year? It was possible, but we had to apply for it. And so we did. While we waited for the approval and had Tucana on the market, we decided to move into an apartment. This was to be our last meal on board.
Good morning.
That looks amazing.
And this was one of our first in apartment life. So it's like 1 o'clock in the morning. Poor John's got sim. I'm gonna keep him down because we've got a housemate. Do you miss boat life? He hasn't been flying for like 2 years. Bye. Good luck. So John passed his simulator, which is amazing. Obviously he hasn't been flying for 2 years and this was a really big exam. I can't begin to tell you how much anxiety and stress we have going on right now. I think the main priority for us at the moment is to get the best price for Tucana, which is obviously why we're working so hard to ensure she looks schmicko. So we've had Rowan on board. He's a Jeanneau dealer. He's from 38 South Boat Sales. He gave us some really cool tips. I'll share some with you. When we're taking photos of Tucana, do it with a wide-angled lens.
I think your phone's overheating.
Oh no. How many photos did you take?
Ron also came on board. We gave him a tour. He gave us a ballpark figure as to what he thinks we can list Tucana for. They say the best day in a boat owner's life is the day that they buy a boat and the day they sell it. And I can totally understand because this has been such a stressful experience, and just to have someone on board with so much knowledge and to guide us through the process has taken a lot of weight off our shoulders, I suppose.
Anyway, I'll push the live button right now if that's okay.
Awesome. Thanks, Ray.
Alright, I'll do it. It takes a minute or two.
That's so crazy.
Another thing that was quite stressful as well was like revealing to our patrons that we're looking at selling Tucana.
Hi guys, have some news that we need to share with you. I don't even know how to put this. Bloody hell.
But everyone has been so supportive. We have like a Facebook group chat, and
Hello, Patreon.
I guess when you're going through so much stress, you realize how important support network around you is. I guess there's just so much uncertainty at the moment. Like my hands are climbing just talking about it and thinking we better get back to boat life. Gonna meet these buyers. Oh, yep, I'm stressed, but I'm so glad John passed his sim. Whew. But just to add a little bit of chaos, Tucana's future owners, these potential buyers, are going to be here in less than 2 days.
This is so exciting.
What's happening? What did he tell you that we should do?
So, because we've got a few interested parties that all want to come and they're all coming from interstate, he said that you can't really accept a holding deposit until you've got a contract and agreed on a price.
We have a lot to do, as you can see. So I'm here in the kitchen, I am cleaning away, John's outside working on the tow rail, and we're just trying to get it to the highest standard before this potential buyer comes to check out the boat.
See under here as well, like there's good colour underneath it. You don't take a light sand, it will come up like a nice colour.
Let's get started.
So let's race through these jobs. Obviously we're sanding down the teak. It was so rough and dried out from years of sun exposure, and it's looking brand spanking new now. Just wanted to give you guys an update of the teak situation. John has been hard at work. This is the old section here, and this is the new. What do you guys think? I hope we've added a few $1,000s to the sale price.
I literally just ran out of tape and I think we just got there.
Another way we're trying to add value is by sprucing up the heads, the bathrooms.
When we first inspected Tucana, we absolutely loved her. The only thing that really let her down for us from a visual standpoint were the mirrors. And so as you can see, all the edges are completely oxidized.
So we measured all the mirrors, we ordered new ones.
Oh dear Lord.
And yes, this was a job at the time we regretted.
I've been holding my breath for like the next 3 hours. No doubt one of us are gonna like cut ourselves. It's gonna be dirty work. Speaking of dirty work, I have also just defrosted the freezer.
Yes, after the mirrors, John's gonna fix the freezer.
Thank you. Yep.
Not only was replacing the mirrors stressful, but it was messy.
Instant regret.
And it took ages. Don't underestimate this dirty job.
Here you go.
Thank you.
The thing is, since we've lived on board, we've changed a lot of parts that actually matter.
We just took the mast out. The crane is enormous.
Like pumps, engine parts, jammers, the rigging, I mean the list goes on. But a simple thing like oxidized mirrors made Tucana look neglected, appear neglected.
Do you want to stick it on?
No, you do it.
Something so simple shaved years off Tucana's appearance. But this upgrade made her look brand new.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, that's great. While John is inside fixing all those mirrors, I'm out here polishing the stainless.
We cannot wait to show you the final product. But for now, time's ticking and we need to fix that freezer before these buyers arrive.
Thermostat, broken. This little probe snapped off the back of the thermostat because we put stuff in here and it knocked it and it snapped it. So I've got to try and figure out how to, no instructions, so I just got to figure out how to do it myself. At the moment we've just bypassed the thermostat, so the freezer was just running and flat out all the time, which is not good for the batteries, but because we're on shore power at the moment it's okay, but wish me luck.
Luck. Start packing up some of these cupboards. There's really not too much to pack up. We've been living a pretty minimalist life, as you guys know. I do have quite the collection of airtight containers because I found while we were sailing that it would keep our fruit and veggies fresher for longer.
We cleaned, boy did we clean, every square inch. Cupboards, cushions. We tightened up loose ends, scrubbed until the kitchen stone was sparkling.
Quickly, how are you feeling about tomorrow?
Good. I'm sure the survey will go well, as long as I can get it in the slip.
It's gonna be tight. Tell everyone what you're gonna have to go through tomorrow.
Well, it's a 5 metre slip wide and the boat's beam's 4.5 metres, so it's...
25 centimeters clearance each side without a bow thruster.
Yeah, with a crosswind tomorrow morning.
Oh, and that little dog leg
Yeah.
turn. You got this.
We'll see.
Our neighbours offered to help.
I'll just blame it on everyone else if it doesn't work.
Tomorrow's the survey. It just reminds me of what it was like for us when we first stayed on Tucana the night before our survey.
This is a clip from our very first episode. She's not ours just yet, but the owner has allowed us to stay on board to get a feel for the place before we go unconditional.
And so Fred obviously saw our videos and then asked us if he could stay the night on Tucana before the survey. So we're just getting all prepared and ready for him at the moment. Do you know, it's so weird because I'm making the bed and I'm remembering what it was like for us when we first stayed on here the night before our survey.
It's nice though. Look at it. How much better is some of these other pieces?
That's crazy, hey?
Yeah, it is. It's a weird feeling.
It's such a weird feeling.
It's a weird feeling.
And I'm just like remembering all the things that we felt when we stayed on here for the first night. Do you remember I was trying to open like these cupboards and I couldn't work it out?
Careful, careful. There's a catch here.
Oh. We were like a little kid in a candy store.
Yeah, we were, weren't we?
And now we're passing on the baton.
That we are.
Actually, my cheeks are sore from like
Smiling.
Tomorrow, the boat is getting slipped at 9 AM. Hopefully we'll know by tomorrow arvo or Sunday if it's a done deal.
And so the potential buyers slept on board, and the next morning there was a small crowd. The pressure was on. But with a few of us on the ropes and a nudge from a dinghy, John breezed Tucana into the slip. I mean, we were all impressed, including the potential buyers.
This is so exciting. This is so exciting. I'm in awe. I'm in awe. I realize I have a lot to learn. Bloody well done, John. That was a cool job landing.
Everyone, meet Fred and his partner, Elisa. The pair are from Melbourne, the city where we bought Tucana almost a year ago. It seems she might go full circle back to the place where this whole adventure began.
Well, this is very emotional. Just had a little cry. I can't believe this is almost the end. So the surveyors just looked at the underbelly of Tucana, all the things that we had done to her when we purchased her, looking for osmosis and any problems with the keel and the rudder. She's being lowered down now.
And a few days after the sea trial, while at a cafe, John and I received an email we won't forget.
Good morning, John. Thank you for your email, patience and great help. We very much appreciate it, and based on this, we feel confident, comfortable, lock it all in and settle.
And so Tucana's next journey began back down the Australian coastline. While mine and John's next chapter is just about to begin. We're heading to Europe, but while the waters are still warming up over there, we're taking you on a little detour. 4 YouTube channels. A luxe $1 million boat.
Is everyone a little nervous? It's quiet.
In one of the most majestic places on the planet. If you're not already subscribed, now's a really good time to hit that notification bell. For extended content and our latest sailing course giveaway, find us over on Facebook. And for the chance to join us on board this year during our upcoming adventures, sign up over on Patreon and you'll also get live updates and be part of the crew. Thank you to our sponsors, BetterHelp.